Grow My Cleaning Company teaches owners of cleaning companies just like you how to grow your company, make more money, and finally take charge of your financial future and your life. This podcast is about automating and creating systems that give you time and money freedom so you can grow like crazy without losing control. Since this is totally free, if you're getting tons of value, want to support us, and make sure that you get more of the good stuff, subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast today. Now, on to the show.
Hey everybody, welcome to Grow My Cleaning Company Facebook Live. Today we are going to talk about how to stop working 15 hours a day without making any money. I talk to you guys day in and day out, and over I hear people just working harder than they've ever worked, but they love it, right? You guys are like, and I'm the same way, right? I've had when I first had my company, I worked and still work harder than I ever worked at a real job, so to speak, but I loved it so much. I don't want to say I didn't mind, but it was worth it. But the problem is so many of you are working so hard, but you're not getting results. And after a while, good morning, Mallory. After a while, you'll get burnt out, and it can just suck the life out of you, pouring everything you've got in your company without getting any results. Miranda Deal is in the house. Feel like I haven't talked to you forever. Good to see you, Miranda and Mallory. Nice to have you both in our little live. So you are in the right spot. Jolu, of course, in the house. I don't know why. You make me smile every time. We got Daisy showing up. Elizabeth Sharp. Oh, my goodness. Everybody is here. All right. So glad to have all of you guys here. Jennifer Vint from Delaware. We got both coasts covered. Hey, we got Jason Johnson in the house. My favorite, one of my favorite human beings wandering this earth. Probably my favorite Alaskan. Good to see you, Miranda. All right. So if you are here because you are working harder than you've ever worked, and maybe you don't mind that piece of it, but you want to get results and make sure that you're actually getting something from all the headache and blood, sweat, and tears you put in this thing, you are in the right spot. Hey, Jennifer says, thanks for the tips on the last live regarding hiring. Hired 2 over the weekend. Congratulations, Jennifer. That's amazing. Natalie, if you're able to put a link to the last broadcast we did on the hiring in the thing, that'd be great. If not, I guess you'll just have to reach out to Jennifer, everybody, and hear what we said. Omar says,
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, I have high hopes. Omar says, you guys are two of my favorites. Good afternoon. Thanks for spreading the knowledge. Love it. Appreciate you, Omar, and we love, just like we're talking about today, working all the time, but loving it. Luckily we're making money, but I absolutely love doing what I'm doing, and it's an honor to serve you guys. Elizabeth from the UK, always love our UK friends. Mallory says, just opened my cleaning company a month ago in Saskatchewan, and I want to grow and get results. You are absolutely in the right place, Mallory. This message is great for people just starting, because if we can stop you from having to work, just get overworked and not getting results from the beginning, it's so much easier to start you on the right track than a lot of folks come to me when they're already working 70, 80, 90 hours a week and just wringing themselves out and not making any money. It's so much easier to kind of start right than it is to fix it. Michael says, you have a Facebook group. We absolutely do. Maybe Natalie can post it, but I think if you just go to growmycleaningcompany.com/Facebook, it'll take you there. BBL Princess Paula says, Virginia Beach. Good to have you. All right. So let's get started. The reality is, for a lot of folks out there, the company that you started out of passion and love can become your master. And instead of giving you the financial security and time freedom and all that you wanted, it takes everything. It takes your financial security. It sucks your time. It can kill your relationships. And ultimately, if you let it go long enough, it will take everything. This years and years of your life can slip away. And again, is fulfilling and amazing as business can be. If you don't keep it in check and you let it run your life, it will suck everything. You'll be at dinner and it'll decide it needs your time and attention as opposed to your wife. You'll be needing sleep. You'll write a check, whatever you need. It will take, and that willingness to do that is phenomenal, but we want to make sure we show you some strategies and tools so you don't have to do that and doesn't get to that point, because ultimately what will happen is once it sucks your drive, everything emotionally, mentally, financially, that's when you shut down, and it's been a terrible experience. So we want to make sure we save you from all of that. Efren is here, starting a business this week. So stoked, glad to have you. Fatima says, first time here. Hello from Vancouver, Washington. Good to see you, Fatima. Hopefully you'll be back. All right. So we want to make sure that we avoid what I did for years and years and years. And part of what I do now is wanting desperately to see you guys make bigger, better mistakes or smaller, smarter mistakes than the ones that I made. And the big mistake I made all throughout my 20s was just absolutely pouring myself out for my business and just doing everything without really putting boundaries and making sure I was getting a return on my time. Kylie, it's her second live video. Good to have you, Kylie. Michael Woodward joined the group and back. That was quick. Yes, for a Facebook group 19 seconds ago, and now he's in. Good to have you, Michael. All right. So the first thing that the first dragon we've got to slay before we move on, Natalie, anything you want to add?
No, I think you pretty much hit all the points that are crucial. Just, letting your business run your life, and you and your family and your friends and everybody suffers around you. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, and I'm glad to have Natalie on this one because for a couple of reasons. First, her dad was a world famous architect, the great Bent Severin, if you ever want to look it up. Bent Severin, amazing guy. But I would say absolutely worked to the day he died, just about. It was certainly within the week he passed away, and he loved what he did with varying results. In his 80-plus years on this planet, he had some huge successes and certainly some setbacks, right? In my 45 years on this planet, huge successes and some setbacks. So she got to see how that worked kind of as a child with her parents, the good and the bad, and then certainly being married to me for the last 8-9 years, and I think we've been together 12. So over a decade we've been together. She's gotten to see the good and the bad there. So she's got a great perspective from kind of the observer's role of what it feels like to be married to what can be a workaholic sometimes. So feel free to jump in and call me on my bull crap if I start saying stuff that's not true, or give your perspective from the spouse or the partner of the worker as opposed to my perspective as the worker. Deal?
Deal.
All right. This is going to go badly, folks. I just gave Natalie permission to pretty much rip me and call me on any crap I send. So I'm vulnerable. Be nice out there. She's going to get me. All right. So the first dragon we got to slay is the harder I work, the more I make. The problem with that one is it's true at the very, very beginning, but it's not scalable, right? So if you make $20 an hour, and you work 40 hours a week, that's $800 a week. So if you work 80 hours a week, you can move to $1,600 a week, right? But the problem is then you're done, right? At some point, you need to do fun things like sleep and eat and, take a shower and, God forbid, do something in your personal time to please you and yourself and relax. So it is absolutely not scalable. And I don't know very many people that get financially free, right? And most of us get into this business for freedom. We're not into like Ferraris and mansions, and there's nothing wrong with those, but we really want the freedom. So A, it's not scalable, and B, it's not going to get you the financial freedom that you want. The reality of that is not the harder you work, the more you make. And I guess you could make a terrible argument for that, but that would be very short-sighted. The reality is the more value you bring to the world, the more that you make. So instead of focusing on how many more hours can I earn, and when you're cleaning or doing admin work or payroll or driving or buying supplies or any of that stuff, these are $10 and $20 an hour jobs. So instead of saying, hey, if I'm making $20 an hour working 40 hours a week, maybe if I work 80 hours a week, I'll make double the money. True, until you die from exhaustion and you're still not financially secure. The reality is if you can say, hey, if I bring more value to other humans, I can make more money. And things that bring more value is building communities and culture and systems and processes and finding ways to improve your clients' lives substantially more than your competitors do. So we really want to make sure that we shift our whole paradigm from the harder I work, the more I make, to the more value I bring, the more I make, which is not, and the cool thing is, the fun stuff is the higher value, right? For me, cleaning is not fun. And most of you guys didn't get into this business to clean. You got into this business to build teams and to create value and to do something for your community and build a freedom for your family. So the right things that you want to do anyway are the more profitable. We just tend to work on the things that are more urgent and on fire and ignore the things that are important that don't jump up and down, right? If you don't set up a marketing system, it's not going to say, hey, set me up, you're going to go broke. But if your employee doesn't show up and no one goes to clean your customer's house, they're absolutely going to call and say, hey, something's going wrong. Am I missing anything, Nat?
No, you're right on target. I think that's so true. A lot of people just feel like they just put their head down and work as hard as they possibly can, and they get burnt out, their creativity gets burnt out, and they're burning the candle at both ends. And within a year or two, they hate the business and they just want out, but they haven't set up the systems and processes enough to make their business worthwhile selling, so now they're stuck. They've basically invested all of their time and energy into a relatively low-paying job, and then when they're totally burnt out, they have nothing to say for it. nothing to show for it.
Preach it, woman. Diane, welcome to the conversation. Michael, I got your concern. He had a whole thing going on. Feel free to reach out to us separately. That's kind of a big story and not under the umbrella of what we're talking about today. So I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, but we just can't address kind of different topics or else we'll be on here forever. Zachary says systems, save time and money. Zachary, if you were here, I'd give you a big, gross man hug. I couldn't agree more. You absolutely nailed it. Okay. Let's move on because I really want to make sure we get this. And again, we are here because we absolutely love changing lives of owners of cleaning companies. And by the way, if you are listening to this podcast, are a customer, or however your involvement is in this, if you know other folks that desperately need the help that we give, absolutely point them out to us. And again, not for us. I mean, it's not gonna hurt my feelings, but more for them, right? So many people, and again, that was one of my kind of New Year's resolutions I made in April. I was late on them, is to make sure that we really build a community of serving one another. So I want to make sure that everybody is really, and again, when we talk about the more value you bring to the world, the more money you make. Certainly when it comes to your customer, there's a direct line of I bring more value, I make more money. But I've also found, and this actually touches on I'll just tell you what Michael said because it touches a little bit. It says the industry seems more a circle of friends that change positions and bring friends while paying what seems to be rock bottom pricing. So even when it comes to each other, like Debbie Sardone, who a lot of people look at as a competitor, she does coaching for maid service, and she's an amazing human being, a very intelligent businesswoman, and a great coach. Love that lady. She has brought so much value into my life, and hopefully I brought a lot of value into her life, far more in excess of if I could calculate, well, this many customers would have come to me and they went there. Bull crap. She's amazing. And if someone's going to get better results with Debbie, I'd much rather you guys go to her. And I promise you, I'm speaking for you, Debbie, don't yell at me if I'm wrong. If she thought I could serve someone better, she'd much rather I connect with them. I really want you guys to look at that with your competition and the people with you. So really look to give value, not just to, and we're talking about how to work less and make more, give more value. And I don't want you just to limit that to your customers, which everybody gets, but certainly your employees and even your community, right? So the best way to not have to do, not the best way, a great way to not have to deal with lowball bidders is, wait a sec, my phone's ringing. I told Natalie I was waiting for a call. Nope, that's not it. The best way is to create a community and serve. So always look to serve, whether it's your employee, a competitor, a customer, a vendor. Look how you can make their lives better. And again, if you're getting value here, absolutely bring your competitors and find a way to serve them and bring value, and don't hoard, right? That's never going to work well. If they get these secrets and I won't have it, screw that. I'd rather them see you as the bringer of the secrets or of this value. And then when they find something amazing, they're going to bring it to you. So a little bit of a tangent, but when it comes to adding value to others people's lives, really, really focus on that. All right. The next thing is working more is what your company needs. So many people have this bullcrap belief of my company needs me to do X. And we're going to dive into what that looks like. But really what your company needs is a clear-headed leader. And I got to tell you, if you were working 16 hours a week or a day, 16 hours a week's fine. A day, not fine. Certainly if it's 6-7 days a week, I talk to so many people that are doing that 6-7 days a week. Hello, Anita. Good to have you. You are not not you, Anita. Back to what I was saying, if you were working 16 hours a day, 5, 6, 7 days a week, you are not leading your company. It is impossible. There's no human that can work that way consistently and be the strong, powerful leader they need to be if they're too busy working in the business. This belief of no one can clean like me. Only I can. I have to answer the phones. I have to schedule employees is a big one. Even my Millionaire Mastermind folks, we just had a live event. They thought they had to do the scheduling or payroll, whatever it is. As long as you're stuck in that belief, you're going to be stuck doing that, right? And the crazy thing is, I'm not saying none of those things have to be done. They all have to be done, right? The phones do need to be answered. And when I coach folks to stop answering their own phones or stop, no matter what they're doing, I got to pick the phone. Like I just had a call and I was going to mention it because that would be a joke for you guys and Natalie, but I didn't take it. Could you guys imagine if I'm broadcasting? I'm like, hold on. Hey, what's up? Oh, the cars. I actually had that Joe Arpaio, for those that live in Phoenix. He was speaking to 100 or so entrepreneurs, and he literally took a call in the middle of his presentation from the Cadillac dealer that was servicing his car. So I guess if it's good enough for our former sheriff, maybe it is okay. But I'm going to coach you guys not to. Yes, the phones need to be answered, right? And a lot of people, if I don't get it, they'll call someone else and I'll miss the job. Yeah, that all may be true. You do not have to pick up the phone. And if you believe I have to pick up the phone, we got issues. You're never going to be able to grow, right? I can call Apple right now and, well, Steve Jobs dead. But when he was alive, he still wasn't going to answer the phone, right? I can go to Tesla and Elon Musk is not going to answer the phone. They have systems that train people to answer the phone well. When it comes to scheduling, a lot of people it's probably the biggest. If you're writing down stuff and taking notes, if there's one thing you can take off your plate, scheduling. It has to be done every day. It's a pain in the neck. It's $15 an hour work, and we all think, Jason Johnson, I'm talking to you, buddy. And I think that was one of the things I think they transitioned out of at our last millionaire why can't I think of my own group? Millionaire Mastermind Group live event. I think they transitioned out of that. But every single one of those very successful business owners believe they had to do their own scheduling, which is crazy talk. Payroll, we pay experts to do that. And certainly cleaning, right? That should go without saying, but I'm going to say it. That belief of, no one cleans like me is nutballs. The reality is your clients don't need you to clean or answer the phone or do whatever you think your clients need you to do. They need you to be working on systems and processes that are going to improve their lives, right? So we got to get out of this $20 an hour mindset and get on this high dollar mindset of things. Daisy's like, hey, I was going to be nice because she was the big offender of not getting the systems in place to do the scheduling, but we're working with her. Jose says, measure success not on how many hours you work, but the profits and relationships you build. I couldn't agree more. Stop looking at the clock and focus on systems creations. Too much hard work will kill you. Systems set you free. Jose, you keep talking like that. I'm just going to set down the mic and let you do this because you're absolutely nailing it. I couldn't say it better. Mallory says, what kind of systems do you use to make things easier for a cleaning company? That is what we do all day, every day. And my goodness, Mallory, I promise you, if I could in a 20-minute live session lay that out for you, I would do it 1,000% right now. But we have a 9-week program we take people through, and even then it's too short. The best first start would be to go growmycleaningcompany.com. There's a free online masterclass that's going to go over the big 5 shifts that you need to make. I would start there, but again, it's not something I can just do in a 20-minute deal. Okay, where are we at? Thanks for putting that up there, Natalie. All right. So yeah, another falsehood, and I'm going to say it because you guys are afraid to, but by golly, I'm going to say it. I've even had spouses on the phone, and the spouse agrees, and I'm definitely getting Natalie's feedback on this. This belief of my family knows that I need to work, right? And there's a difference between having an amazing spouse like I have that is willing to let you be an idiot and chase your passions and get trust me, I'm gonna let her set me right. But I talk to you guys all the time, and I only do calls mostly with spouses on them because I want to make sure that we're helping everybody. Hey Kim, good to have you. Speaking of spouses, the Kim portion of Team Jim, Jason and Kim Johnson is here. Good to have you, young lady. So anyway, all that to say, yes, there are many spouses that won't tolerate that kind of idiotic behavior of working too much and having the business that we went into to give time and money freedom to our family suck the time and freedom out. There's a lot that are understanding and they will tolerate it and they'll even say they support it. But I think the reality is that they really would rather have you there, right? And they feel if you're going to work that hard, you at least deserve to get the financial rewards. Talk to me, Natalie, from your perspective, A, what you've seen from the community, and B, what you've seen with the idiot sitting across from you, what that looks like and feels like to kind of try to support someone that you know is just working too hard.
Yeah, I think it's a double-edged sword, right? Like you've got this incredible need to support your family and your wife and your kids if you have them. But then at the same time, once your basic needs are met, they don't really, I mean, for the most part, they would rather have you there, right? Like you can never get those years back with your kids. You can never get those younger years back with your wife. At some point, you guys are going to end up being 70, 80 years old and too old to go do anything. And that time has passed. And so you are doing yourself a tremendous disservice by spending these years just trying to keep your head down and working harder and harder and harder to try to prepare for those latter years. But money is a renewable resource. I know sometimes it's scarce and sometimes it's hard to get by, but it is doable. There are people out there that are succeeding. But if the one thing that is non-renewable is your time, and you cannot, no amount of money, no multi-billionaire in the world can trade in those billions to get one extra day of life.
And I'm guessing most of them would.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so when you're missing out on all of these years because you're too busy working for the business, and it's always around the corner, right? Just once after I do this, or just around the corner, it's always going to get better. And it never quite does because you're not doing the work to set up those systems to get out of this. It's like the very definition of an insanity is repeating the same task over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, you're not going to get that. All you're going to get is, 20, 30 years gone where you didn't actually get to spend time with your family and do the things that you're working so hard to attain, and then it's too late.
So well said. I should stop talking and just let Natalie and my new best friend Jose run this thing, because you guys are absolutely nailing it. Efren says 26 years in the commercial truck driving industry and not much to show for it. Freedom sounds so far-fetched, but with this type of coaching, you can see a promising future. Thanks, Mike. Efren, you are so welcome. And I just got to say to everyone within the sound of my voice, we certainly get compensated very well, more generously than we deserve for the work that we do here. But frankly, we had money before we started this. We are so honored to serve you guys and what you do. And I love. It is an honor to give. My favorite calls I do are probably the ones that said I started and I didn't think I could do it. And then that encouragement that you gave me got me started. So I am so excited, honored to be able to serve you, and so excited that we're helping you believe that the freedom can happen. And I want to encourage all of you guys who don't know my background. Natalie was the one that was raised rich. With the world famous dad architect. I was raised by the most amazing single mom you'd ever want to have, who was just about the best mom you could ask for. But we were never rich. Like, she never even had a car. We took the bus and drove and walked. Or not drove. We'd have to be driven by other people or walk. So all that to say, it is absolutely possible. We still live in the greatest country in the world. Sorry, my Canadian frenemies. I'm always picking on my Canadian friends, or folks not here, but there's so much opportunity here, and there absolutely is ability to be freedom from time and still make money. And thank you so much. Daisy says she's changing our lives for sure. You know, you're already my favorite. And Mallory shouting out to Natalie, she agrees. Appreciate you, Efren. Thanks so much for the kind words, man. You're making me so happy. Again, this is exactly what I want for you guys. So kind of what we talked about. It is okay to work, right? We're not saying you don't ever want to work, and we work. I probably spend, and again, Natalie can call me if I'm talking crap, but I don't know, maybe 50 hours a week doing this thing. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. And Natalie puts in, we have and the cool thing is we have enough money to pay someone to do Natalie's job, right? And we have Christy, our VA, that has taken a lot off of Natalie's plate, but she's here because she loves it, right? She wants to serve you guys. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the reason we work so hard is because I feel like we're bringing a lot of value to the world. So I don't mind pouring my life out to see you guys get results. We just want to make sure we change your guys' mindset from I work hard to pay bills to I work hard to change people's lives. And the funny thing is, the more lives you change, the more money you make. So I'm not saying money is not important. It is. But the more we worry about bringing value to the world, the more money we make. The more we worry about putting money in our pockets, sometimes the harder it is to make money. And by golly, it is so refreshing. I work so hard because of you guys, right? If everyone's like, screw you, you're not helping, and I just got a bunch of money, but none of you guys appreciated it, we wouldn't do this, or we work a third as hard. Jason Johnson says change ours too, and he's the brightest guy on this broadcast, including myself. So I appreciate that, Jason. All right. So I guess the long story short is, if we are going to work hard, and I've even been unbalanced 4 times when I talk to my one-on-ones or my millionaire mastermind folks. I go through that. If you want to be unbalanced for a time, 6 months, a year at the most, and you got the support of your family, and there's a clear goal at the end where I'm going to be unbalanced to create this result, and I'm going to stop, that can be fine as long as there's a massive result at the end, right? If you do that, like I forget who said, Efren said 26 years in the commercial trucking industry. If you do that for a year and you're just right where you started, it's not worth it. But if you can build something like, okay, after that, Kim said Mike and Natalie truly care about it. At least they fake it really well. And Jason's like, not. We've got a team, husband and wife team, beating up on my husband and wife team, which is weird. Usually people attack me, which is fine. I have it coming. I'm a pain in the neck, but they love Natalie. So when Natalie gets a shot, something's going on. Mallory, you're absolutely getting it. Big hug for you. I love that. I work hard to change people's lives. God bless you. That's you couldn't be saying Daisy saying teacher's pet. No, they came out swinging. All right. So all that to say, we want to make sure that we are focusing on if and when we're going to work hard, it's got to be something valuable. Money certainly has value, but changing and bringing value to other people's lives, that has massive value, and it tends to make money. They actually go in hand in hand. It's not like one or the other. So the way that we do that is to make sure we have to be disciplined. So a lot of times we're like, oh, I'll just clean this or do that or buy these supplies or do the scheduling because we're lazy and we think that we can. And we can. It's your time. You do whatever you want. But it really inhibits our ability to serve our family, to serve our customers, to serve our employees who desperately need us to step up and lead. Could you imagine if instead of doing this coaching, I just went one by one and flew out and only helped one person at a time? That wouldn't be that. Jason's like, oh crap, Mike's mad. I was saying not to being smart. You do care and have changed our lives. Jason, you know I love you, buddy. I would never take umbrage. He's just the greatest guy in the world. If you like bald Alaskans, he's fantastic. If not, he's probably not your cup of tea. Bald Alaskans who have married up, as have I. So all that to say, we've got to make sure that the work that you're doing is meaningful. And cleaning, not that there's anything wrong with that, is important work. There's no shame in that. I've cleaned my share of toilets. Nothing wrong with that. But when I'm cleaning toilets, I can't lead, and that's all the value in the world that I can bring. And there's some people that's all that they were put on, that they want to do, or they were built to do, and their passion lies elsewhere, which is totally fine. We just want to make sure that the people who their passion is elsewhere and they're just working for a different reason are doing that. And the people that are entrepreneur, being called to be entrepreneurs and serve at a bigger level, we have a big calling to do that. All right, before I wrap this thing up, Natalie, you've always got something better and smarter and nicer to say. What am I missing?
No, you just put me on the spot. Nothing. I just think being true to your passion and knowing what your goal is and realizing that you're here to do more than slave away and work day to day and just slug it out. You're here to bring value to the people that you care about. Cleaning is a really caring career, right? Like, it's not like taxes. It's not like, construction. It's something that is really kind of, more intimate in a residential setting, but crucial in a commercial setting. But it's a really caring thing. And I think a lot of the people in Cleaning Nation are really empathetic and caring people that do want to affect change in people's lives. And they care about the products that they use. We see a ton of things about like, oh, this is all green and I don't want to, use toxic chemicals, or how do I do a better job? I can see all your posts in the Facebook group. People really care about doing excellent work. And I think if you translate that passion into something that serves you, it'll allow you to serve your people way better.
I couldn't agree more. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I want to make more money, I would not be serving owners of cleaning companies, right? Car dealers, there's just so many people have more money they can make a ton more money on. But I love you guys as a group so much. Hardest working, family values, want to build something for their kids. Car dealers are fine, but they'd be more into like fancy cars and all that crap, which is fine. It's just not what I'm into. So I really want to encourage you guys. Basically exactly what Natalie said. Couldn't agree more. In that vein, I wanted to actually bring up, I think I sent an email out. I think it's the Facebook post was the first time I brought it up live. We are actually enabled to serve at a deeper level. We've got so many people wanting breakthrough calls with me, which is, there's just me. I can only do so many. We're having to turn probably right now about half of them away. And we're looking to change that. So if you would like to be a part of our team, we have a position open. You go to growmycleaningcompany.com/great job. Natalie just posted in the group. Look at that. She did like exactly as I said it, almost like she's ready or something. And we hadn't talked about that before. She's just a genius. Anyway, you can go to growmycleaningcompany.com/great job and take a look what that looks like. Michael says we clean the fancy guy's car dealership. I used to own I was a fancy guy car dealer, and I got out of it because I couldn't stand those people. You were absolutely welcome, Vanita. We again do this because we love you guys. All right, one last thing, and then we're gonna we'll close it up because I think we're running over. The last thing I want you to get is that we got to kill that if I don't do it, it won't get done right mindset. The reality is, if you do it, you cannot be doing anything else anywhere else. If I'm cleaning a toilet, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not serving you guys. I'm not building a team. I'm not creating a culture. I'm not thinking of better, deeper ways to solve my customers' pain or help them. And when you're doing that, nobody is running your company. So we've got to kill all of these beliefs. If I don't do it, it won't get done right. And my family understands that it's okay for me to work like a maniac. And even if we're not getting financial rewards, it'll magically just get better without changing anything. If I want to make more money, I've got to work harder. All these things we've got to kill for the reason that we've talked about. The benefit is once you free yourself from having to do everything or anything in your business, right? When it comes to building systems, that's you. When it comes to building a culture, that's you. If you choose to build relationships with some high level folks, that's fine too. But other than that, your thing should run whether you're there or not. And once you build the systems in place where the systems run the company and you run the systems, you have freedom. Right? You can scale your business as big as you want, because right now, if you're the bottleneck and it depends on you to clean something, schedule something, order something, pay somebody, You have to keep doing that if you'd like to grow. But once you get these systems running it, you're free not only to grow as big as you like, but to do what you were put on this earth to do. And if you own a cleaning company, I almost guarantee you weren't put on this earth to clean. You were put on this earth to hire and build teams and serve people. And that's what we want you to be doing. So if you would like my help in the next step, I mentioned it earlier, go to growmycleaningcompany.com to get the 5 shifts that you need to really transition your cleaning company from a job to a business and do a lot of things that we're talking about. Natalie put it in the chat, growmycleaningcompany.com. Right when you get there, there'll be a little video of me talking about how to get the free masterclass. It's amazing. It's the best, probably 50 minutes I've put together. I would absolutely start there if you're looking for more help. growmycleaningcompany.com. Vanita, you were so welcome. Says I learned that myself. Nicole, Marie in Denver, good to have you. All right, I think that is. Well, we're gonna let Michael finish. Actually, I'm gonna let Natalie finish. But before that, I'm gonna see what Michael says. Thank you. If you can one time do a live on overhead and how to calculate it, compensate for it, that'd be great. Go and check out the website. Thanks again. You're absolutely welcome, Michael. Natalie, we put that down on my. Well, I'll put it down because I'm gonna let you finish out. What did I miss? What do you want to add? Talk to me, sister.
Nothing. I'm just really humbled and appreciative that we get to serve you, Cleaning Nation. I really, really, really am so passionate about helping you guys build businesses that can really serve your family and yourself and provide amazing service for the people that you serve and our community. And it's really a pleasure and an honor to be able to serve you guys. And just wanted to say thank you. We really appreciate it. You guys definitely fulfill our purposes, and we just love what we do, and we couldn't do that without you. So thank you.
That is why everybody likes Natalie and is semi-warm occasionally to me. You nailed it, baby. I love you. Cleaning Nation, you guys are amazing. Honored to be able to serve you. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com to check out the free masterclass we put up. You're going to dig it. Can't wait to serve you at a deeper level, and we'll talk again soon. See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you're fired up, ready to grow, and want to see if you have what it takes to work with us at Grow My Cleaning Company, here's what I want you to do right now. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. That's growmycleaningcompany.com/talk to book an appointment to speak with me personally. I'm going to jump on the phone with you to get you crystal clear on where you are now, where you want to be, and how to get you there. Don't walk around in the dark any longer. If you are serious about growing your cleaning company, it's time to finally get the systems in place that you need to grow. We've helped hundreds of owners of cleaning companies not only grow their business and their personal freedom, but give back to their community as well. If that's what you're looking for, head over to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk and book a time to talk with me personally. I can't wait to get to know you and your business.